So this is easier. I made a presentation. We sent out, I think, twice or thrice. I don't know exactly. Twice. You all read it. You know about. You're expert on EQF. So I tell a little bit about the background, the idea, the vision we have about. Yeah. So so I started different presentation. Yeah. But hopefully you get the information behind. The overview of the topics is, as you can read, the basic idea behind. The first is to understand what the EQF is for, how it is planned, and then how it is, and then how we can use it, or how we can maybe use it to establish a profession. The first thing about EQF is the basic idea behind. Yeah, the bigger picture is the European Union created it, or even the European Union is based on these four, let's say, principles: the freedom of movement of goods, of persons, of capital, and the freedom to establish and to provide services. And this is the one crucial matter, because in Austria we have a profession, but I am not allowed to go to Italy and to work as a shiatsu practitioner. Also, I have a regular profession in Austria. So this is the thing behind. It's not that easy, but the idea behind is that we are allowed to do, that I am allowed to do my job in Italy too, or in Netherlands, or somewhere else. So this is the idea of the EU, and this is the idea of the EQF. So if you have the preconditions is that the profession is recognized, and if you have a recognized profession, in Austria now it is recognized, but it doesn't help. It has to be on the European level recognized, and therefore it needs a device to make it comparable. Yeah, the EQF is something like a translation. It's a device that you can compare how a profession is situated in, and how it works, the level, and everything else. So you understand, it's like interpreter for languages. This is for educations. So some facts. It was initiated 2008, revived 2017, and the most important thing is that the regulation of the EU has to be established in national law. So sorry about, sometimes the German comes through. In national law, and they don't do it all at the same level. Yeah. For example, we will come later on. The EU planned to have recognized formal and non-formal educations. Yeah. Many countries don't do like that. Yeah. I will explain. First, formal, non-formal. Formal is an education that is proved by the state. Yeah, there is a curriculum by the state, and there's a examination by the state. So this is formal. School system, universities, and. Non-formals are we. Yeah, even in Austria, we have a curriculum. It's written down in the law, but we don't have an examination. The ÖDS does the examination, and the result is, because the examination is not made by state, we are non-formal education. So, and in a lot of countries, non-formal educations are not allowed to access the NQF. So this is a problem, but it's not a problem of the EU, it's a problem of the national states, yeah, of the individual countries. So what are the objectives of the EQF? You know, there's a lot, Europe-wide transparency, comparability, and transferability. But all of this is the official, but there is a second point for us. It's the safeguarding of our professional standards. If we, for example, like we have in Austria, now we are at EQF level 6, but this is standing for Europe everybody can see we have an official recognition of our education. This is more than nothing that we had before. Yeah, much more. So this is one very interesting point for us. Okay? So what does the EQF assess? Yeah, you know, knowledge, skills, competences. Yeah, it's just to repeat what you already know. Yeah, knowledge, theoretical and practical knowledge. Yeah, skills, cognitive. Different skills and competences are the degree of responsibility and autonomy required for the practical application. It means the higher the level you have, the more competences and the more responsibility and autonomy you have. You know, a high level is good. If you're on the low level, somebody tells you what you have to do because you are not educated to take these decisions. So there are 8 levels. You know, in national qualification framework, sometimes it's a little bit different, but it all refers to the 8 levels of EQF. And the increasing numbers show about the competences. Let's make it short, yeah?
Competence and autonomy.
Competence and autonomy, yeah. Competence always means autonomy too, if I don't say both words, okay? Because if you have more competence, you have more autonomy. For sure it is, yeah? Because you know you can read and write, for example, yeah? There's more competence than only to read or to write.
And we Shiatsu practitioners, we like our autonomy. I think that's one thing that we all share. We're very autonomous people. And
so, one thing is the language of the EQF, yeah? The language. It's a real formal language. Yeah, I had the experience with the EQF Commission. If you go in and you describe what you think, yeah, they say this is level 4 or level 5. Yeah, if you do something like you have learned, that might be only level 4, but for sometimes even a description of a doctor on level 8 seems like the same like level 4. So it's only the words give a different meaning. So I had to understand. It's like if you're studying law. Yeah, the word, you know, for if you have a word dealing with a judge or with someone else, the meaning is different from what we speak in common. Yeah, the meaning is very exact, and the same is with EQF language. It's a kind of wording. You have to be very clear what this means. So sometimes when you read this, level 4 and level 5 or level 6, it looks like the same, but it is not in their words. It's not. It's very different. Yeah, and even as we have made the approach and we had the problem, they told us, well, how do you describe it? It's level 5, not level 6. We believe you that you do a work or an education on level 6, but you don't describe it. So we had to go back to describe it in a correct way. So this is to understand. It's not they measure they measure the art or the form how you describe it. Yeah, and you can describe what is behind. Yeah, but you have to describe it on the level at level 6. So this is sometimes a little bit tricky. So here 4, 5, 6, and what is interesting for us, because of the further discussion maybe, or even of the approach of the Austrian application, is the difference between levels 5 and 6. So this is for level 6. It's called increased personal responsibility. You have more responsibility, and in brackets, you have to autonomy. Yeah. Higher requirements due to more complexity and more frequent changes. And this is the situation. If you have a job or an education for a job that always has the same standard answers and what is the same to do, it's a lower level. Then you have to deal with more different situations. So we had to in our application we had to show that we have complex situations we have to deal with. Yeah, this was the main part, how to describe for the commission to get level 6. Yeah. So to make it a little bit clearer, the differences between level 5 and 6. The knowledge is broader, the skills are broader. This is easy. And ability to present complex subject-related problems and solutions to experts that you can deal with them. And this is one thing, for example, if we want, it doesn't say where we work. If we work in the health sector or outside the health sector, it doesn't say anything about. But if we want to work with doctors, for example, here it is more in that we can present the solutions to experts and we can develop with them in further education to work together on the patient, for example, yeah, on the plans we have to do. And autonomy is bigger, yeah. Planning, work objectives, everything else, yeah. So we have more autonomy, we have more everything, yeah, at level 6. So now we have a second one. We have the grassroots strategy, the significance of the EQF for us, the access to the EQF, and what level we should choose. So these are the questions, or have been the questions, even for Austria and for us before, yeah. And now it's for you. So the significance is it shows professional recognition in public. So public in 3 areas: customers, institutions, and authorities. So it shows, in Austria, for example, it shows that Shiatsu is a high-level education. Yeah, we had a problem in Austria. We came in through massage, yeah, and we are a part of massage. So therefore, in the public, it looks like massage is the bigger one, and Shiatsu is just a small part. So in September 2023, massage became level 6. So when we stay on, level 6 is massage. Yeah. Now we have Shiatsu level 6 too. It shows we are on the same level. Yeah. If we get level 5, then we are just a part of it. So for us it would have been impossible to go for level 5, because then I don't present it to the Austrian Shiatsu practitioners. We go for level 5, because then we declare officially we are worth less than the massage people. Yeah, they have a higher education, a higher qualification. They have everything more. We have less. We cannot deal with this because it's not the reality. It's not the truth. So this is for the outside, and even for people reading Shiatsu is on level 6, it shows the seriosity of Shiatsu. It shows it to the institutions, to the authorities, to the public. So how is the access to the EQF, NQF? If it is open, we ask this question. It's very easy. You go to a service point, and then you make your application to go in. If there is no opening for non-formal educations, there are no service points, you cannot make an application. So the first is, if we have this situation, we're just considering about this situation, if we want to go with an application in a country, there is no service point, we have to make a lobbying at the national level. Yeah, we have to deal with the authorities over there and say we want to have the acceptance in the EQF, and Brussels says yes, you should. So we have to go for this. And on the other side, we can work on the European level, because in Brussels there is a working group, yeah, dealing with these matters, yeah, and we can go in, try to go in there and to make more, let's say, pressure is too hard, but a little bit like this. Yeah? And what we have now, the situation before April 24 and after is different, because now you can refer to the Austrian application and to the Austrian NQF, EQF 6. So this is different now, because you can say, first, there's a problem. No country has Shiatsu, is not registered like this, but now every country can say, you can look up. In the EQF, you can see Shiatsu is this. So it helps in different countries. So now the problem 5 or 6. We had a lot of discussion even in Austria, but there are some reasons in Austria were very clear for me. The one I told before, massage is level 6, we are level 5, no way. So the second is ICTS, it's called in Austria. The points. ICTS, yeah. I see, yeah. You have normally you have competences. How do you call it? Competence-oriented based curriculum. Yeah, it in a way it just shows you have mastered what you have to do. Yeah. But it's always connected with some hours of education, or at the university level with points. Yeah, you have for bachelor you need such an amount of points, for master this and this, or in hours it's about 1,000 hours for level 6. 1,000 hours of education is at about level 6. So for us in Austria, and the same is this we have to discuss here, it is no way to go beneath level 6 because we have at about 1,000 hours. And another thing is we believe that we have this level. So, because if we go beneath with our education, with let's say at about 1,000 hours, and we go beneath and we make an application for level 5, we won't get the possibility in the next time, in the next years, to step up to level 6 if we want. There's no way, because then we have to increase a lot, and this would be impossible. We should. This have been the considerations in Austria. We should start with level 6, immediately straight in. Yeah. So we go straight in, and now we have level 6. So more expensive education and possibly fewer students. This was one of the arguments when you increase. But there exist some models we can work on. We can do, for example, the education and the schools stay the same. Yeah, if there is not let's say a law that say something else you have to do, and even the association can fill up and make it compact that you can get up to level 6. So even in Austria we have done this. We had to promise the schools we don't bring more hours to the education. And we said, yes, we have to do at about 32 hours, we have to do more because we need some stuff from laws and everything else, the financial things, and so we have to put in. But this, the federation, the EDS takes. And if somebody wants to do this, it's not on the schools. They don't have to do anything with it. They can go in and they can get the diploma with EQF 6, yeah, because the EDS services gives it, yeah. So there are possibilities but even some schools together and it's only if you want. This was the result in Austria. If we want to do it, we can. It's feasible. We can do it. Yeah, even without having more costs on the schools or more everything else. So, but this we can discuss. If you just want to tell. Yeah, Peter.
Okay. So I don't know if
She's better in this.
because that's so often the argument that's being brought, that it's too many hours for the school, too many costs, and not enough students will come. Right? That's the general worry. So the idea brought forward by the Austrians is that the schools in all the countries can keep their same curriculum and teaching hours, but that it's the national association that offers the additional classes to make up the requirements to meet EQF level 6. Yeah? So I think that's so important to understand, because that takes away the panic from all the schools of like, oh my God, now we have to increase the teaching hours, increase the price of our course, and as a result, there will be fewer students, right? So there's a trick around that, yeah? And maybe it can even be organized on a European level, you know, like something like that.
Yeah. So, and one problem sometimes in many countries is, as Anne, for example, told from Great Britain, EQF level 6 is reserved for academic professions because they know a lot. I'm academic, I know about what is bachelor and what you have to learn in other schools and in other educations. But this is a problem sometimes because it's in the heads and the brains of the people, yeah, regulating the things, yeah. But this is might be a problem. So trainings hours I have told about. We need at about 1,000 hours are required to say we go for level 6, yeah. And the basic curriculum has 450 contact hours. So one of how we can get the hours. One is by the associations, and another thing is the practice is not in. There's a lot of things are not in, not the practice, not the term work, let's say like this, or the housework. But a lot of things are not in. Supervision maybe and. So at least. We have asked for, but at least the educations in the different countries are much higher than this 450 hours, and the gap between what is now reality and has to achieved to make an application is smaller, really much smaller, and easier to bridge. Yeah. So this. It was clear what I wanted to say because she's clearer with her language.
I'm wondering if people get that. So to reach the 1,000 teaching hour or learning study hours, how do you call it?
Unterrichtsstunden.
Content hours.
Ja, 450, yeah.
Yeah, what you can include is home study, the hours in which you write your thesis, the practice hours in which you work at home. All of that can be included in the 1,000 hours, yeah? Because that again takes away lots of teaching hours in contact, like direct contact hours with the teachers.
Yeah. So there are some other requirements too, for sure. Yeah. We have the typical. Most of us, I think, most countries have the typical curriculum. How many hours? But now we have to write it as a competence-oriented curriculum. Yeah. But this is very easy because you have Blaupause. You have in Austria we have
Blueprint.
done this work.
Blueprint. Blueprint.
Yeah. So you can have a look and you can just adopt it a little bit. Yeah. So it's not that much problem. Yeah. And the examination procedure is necessary to think about because it has to be objective to some extent. And as we have told, we have discussed with Anna, for example. Anna, the objective means not we are just looking down, but for example in Austria we have the system. Other teachers are sent. One other teacher is sent in the school just to have a look on everything is going correct. It is just collegial. Yeah, and then this is okay. But the EDS has to guarantee that it is objective. So there is not the school can say it's objective because it's like you have to divide the teacher and the examiner. Yeah. So the ODS is this information is this platform that guarantees that the examination is objective. Yeah. So this is one thing. I don't know whether in all other countries there is an objective examination situation or not. But if not, you have to establish if you want to go this path. So main arguments for level 6. So we have already reached level 6 in Austria. Why do you want to go beneath? I don't know, but if you really think, please tell me. There are challenges along the way, but we have good preconditions. We have really good preconditions, but because we have everything we need, except on the side of the authorities, there we need some more work sometimes. So level 6, this is the conclusion for me, and then I have to add one more thing. It derived out of a discussion. Level 6 gives Shiatsu the value it deserves. 5 minutes? Okay, this is good. So we think we all start studying Shiatsu and it's like a jewel, Shiatsu. Yeah, it is worth. Yeah, and for sure, many pressures are not valued by money, for example, and even by levels not. Yeah, but if we have to say how much it is worth, I would say level 6 is really the way we have to do. Yeah, so one thing I have to clarify, I think, is the difference between education and profession. Yeah, we are talking about education at this point. Yeah, in Austria, education is different from profession. It's very linked, but it's not the same. In Austria, our profession helped us to get the education level of level 6, because even the ministry helped us, a letter of interest they wrote, it's the same level than we have at level 6 in this and this and this profession. Yeah, they helped us. But you can apply for level 6 for EQF in a country, although it's not, even if it's not a profession, because EQF is open for further education too. If, for example, let's say in Germany, yeah, in Germany it's not allowed for, it's not a lone standing profession. If this is not, but for example, Heilpraktiker are allowed to do this, then you can even create an EQF application for Shiatsu. Heilpraktiker work with it. And they have a special degree and they can do Shiatsu, for example. And there you can create it. And Shiatsu is not an own profession, but it's just a part of the further education, for example, for Heilpraktiker. So be careful. On the other side, our vision is to use it as a political leverage. Yeah, yeah. Because if we have education in a country, we can go to the authorities and says, we have a high quality education. You are in the duty to give us a profession, a possibility to deal with this, to work with this. So this is. Don't mix up. If we get level 6, even throughout Europe, yeah, we don't have the profession, but we are a big step further. So thank you.
Thank you.